show me how. It's going to show you how to pull out your ECM and your Skreem that are mated together with your key when you have a start error, which I won't show you. I have another video out there, and let me just show you. Probably the best way to do this would be to disconnect your negative on the battery side, or the negative and the positive, okay? And I had an issue where I would have a start error, and then I'd click it off, come back, start error. Actually, before I had the start error, it wouldn't start. Battery was good, starter was good, it wouldn't start. So I would turn it off, and maybe you've seen this video. I had it on another channel, and then I've decided to do all of my DIY how to show you folks how to, viewers and subscribers, how to do things. And so I would turn the key off, and then it would, after a couple times still wouldn't start, I'd disconnect the battery, the negative, let it sit for like 10 seconds, and it would recycle, do something, I'm not quite sure, but it would start. And I had that happen on two vans, two T1Ns, I believe in 05 and 06. This is an 05 passenger, super hard to find, short 118 WB wheelbase. And the short wheelbase passenger high top is the hardest one to find. Shorty, you can't find a shorty dually, they never made them. But anyways, even the like 140 dualies are hard to find. So back to the ECM and the Skreem. So what you have here is a T20, a Torx 20, 2 bolts to get this dash off here, or this cover, okay, to get access to that Skreem. So you're not going to probably be able to use any kind of a conventional tool, hand ratchet type that holds a socket holder. And this is a good one. It's too long. So what you're going to want to do is take either an open end wrench or a crescent wrench and loosen it up that way. And that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay. And again, it's a T20. So I've done one side. I'm going to do this side. Remember, there's 2 screws, and this should get me in there to loosen it up. And they're not too loose. I mean, they're not too difficult to get to. There's a lot worse scenarios in the engine compartment, obviously. This one is a little bit tough to access, but not too hard. So let me see if I can get this by hand now. Okay, see if I can get this by doing it by hand, and I can. So remember, there's 2 of them. Here's the first one. It's kind of a wood screw type setup. Okay, let's see if I loosen the other one enough to where I could do it by hand. What you're going to want to do, if you get a start error and your car will not start, and you know it's not the battery or the starter, then dollars to donuts, this is the issue you're going to have. And there is a company that will bless you and hook you up with the proper setup. I'll go over that in a second. Don't go anywhere. I'm doing this unedited, real time. That way you'll know how long it'll actually take you to do this. Okay. And as I've said in my other videos, an old goat like me can do it. You can do it. This one's a little bit harder, but it's moving. She's moving, so hang tight. Probably better to do that with an open end wrench or a smaller hand socket setup. This will work. I just had the crescent wrench really snug, so I was unable to pull it out and maneuver it. Come on, baby. Come on for Uncle Chuck. So if you obviously have a small Torx, then this is a piece of cake. And I probably have a setup somewhere. Just don't know where it's at as far as holder for these little hexes. So there's the other screw. All right, and that's gonna pull this dash, loosen this up. All right, and that's what you're gonna want to do, hopefully without any consequences. And then you've got a couple other screws right here, okay? And that, okay, I can go back to the money ball, my nice little ratchet setup, and it is gonna be a same Torx 20, okay, a T20. And you'll see how long it takes me to get these out. All right, these are a little bit longer and they have a washer on them. Okay, they have the washer on it, and I will put that in my little tray there, and let's do that. Let's get this one off. Okay, simple enough. You can see it. Oh, there goes the lid. You bet. All right, so the lid is out, and I believe this is it's got a little clip or something that holds this on, and there's two more screws if you so choose. And again, it's all T20. It's all Torx 20. And these are the same size as the other one. All right. Okay. Just want to make sure I thought I lost my screw there a minute. All right. So this is going to take out your cluster, and then you can get to that little Skreem. All right. Sorry for bumbling along here. Okay, and so this comes out a little bit like this, loosens it up. It allows you a little bit of access to get that. There's a little clip here on the back, okay? I can disconnect it. So this piece here will go into a little fork, and then this part goes into the same fork on the back side of this, and it's relatively easy. All right, and the one fork has a little lever this side that you pull back on to pull it out, and then it'll pop out, and then slide this out from the fork that's locking it in. Here's your plug. Okay, so this is interesting, made in the Philippines. Surprising that the Germans, and way back then, made things in the Philippines. Better than China, I suppose, taking it, giving it to all the commies. But being this first generation, it was all built in Germany. Now, that's out. So that's your one part you need. And again, you're gonna have to send this in. I'm gonna give you the information at the end And no, I'm not doing that on purpose. You're gonna have to send this part in to Skreem with your key and the ECM. Okay? And just to show you I'm not doing this on purpose, right here is the company you want to deal with. So far, they've been great with me. I haven't talked to them in a while. It's Precision ECU 773-800-0041. Precision ECU 773-800-0041. And they were really good getting back to me. You know how the haters and the negatives and the just demonic people are. They always want to be mean to people. They said that, oh, they weren't this and that and blah, blah, blah. So I don't know about any of that. All I know is that they've been nice to me. Okay, so this supposedly pulls down like that. Okay, and feels like half my components cracked, huh? Like potato chips. So there it is. Okay, so you drop down the back of it, drop it down, slide it out. When you put it back up, it's hitting this guide, a housing, slides up and in, you push it up and in. And then obviously what you want to do is pull these out so you can do a disconnect here. Okay, and hopefully I'm going to be able to get that out. There we go. There's one side, okay. And here's the other side. So these have to get pulled out all the way. You can see that. And here's the part. Bosch German, okay? Let me zoom in, let me get it a little bit closer for you. Okay? There it is. You can see how wide these had to come out. Really wide to do the disconnect. The Skreem, the key. You send this in and they send it back to you for $4 1/4, and you get your Frankenstein machine up and running. And yeah, boy, do I love mine. I'll tell you, for the life of me though, somebody out there, give me a shout out. How can somebody, I'm surprised an engineer hasn't tried to retrofit a good air conditioner. The only thing wrong with these vehicles, and they're phenomenal, they're better than the second generation. I have a third generation right here, so I know what I'm talking about, and I have 2 of them, okay? And I've had 3 of these, 2 of the third generation, 1 of the second generation that was a joke. But I almost bought one because they had a 4-cylinder in them, diesel. Then they scrapped that after 2018. 2021, they came back with a 4-banger. This is a 5-cylinder, inline 5. Second generation were V6s up till 2014, and they came out with an inline 4. And they also had a V6 gas. Enough of that said, these first gen are one of the best cars ever made, period, across the line. Which an early Land Cruiser was good. The early 90s, late 80s Land Cruisers were a great car. The Scion XP, first generation, great car. There's those certain cars that were phenomenal. This is one of them. If you get one, don't sell it. Find one that's a non-rust bucket. Show me how. Just showed you how. This is it. This is what you need right here. You give that to them, submit this to Precision, and they will come back with a bow tie, and hopefully you'll be back up and running, and I will show you. The gentleman, I did a scan on this, and he guaranteed that's my problem. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Out.